It's morning and I'm eating chocolate. Life is good. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I have an unhealthy obsession with books and I'm not sorry for any of it and I intend to continue for the rest of my life. If you do have an unhealthy obsession with books, then you have found yourself on the right side of YouTube. I've got a crap ton of cool content coming your way, but today's stuff we're doing is a challenge because you guys seem to like it when I do challenges and games and stuff like that, so we're going to do one of those. It is the Unpopular Book Opinions tag. I have a list of questions, things that I have to admit to, unpopular opinions that people might not necessarily like. If you feel inspired to admit to your own stuff that you don't like, put it in the comments below so that I don't feel so attacked when people come up to me and say, no, that book was amazing, how could you? Honestly, I do that when I see people making fun of books that I love. I get really, really offended. So I'm not gonna make fun. I'm just going to explain my perspective, okay? Our first question is a popular book or series that I didn't like. I already know that there are going to be some people who get really upset with me for this, but I'm sorry, I just didn't love the selection. It fell so flat for me. I thought the concept was great, but I didn't like any of the characters, and I have to be able to connect with the character in order to fall in love with the book. I didn't like it very much. I found America to be very whiny, very annoying, very indecisive, and I know that that's like a popular trend with heroines in love triangles, that they tend to be very indecisive, but maybe I just don't like love triangles. That's not true, I do, because they can be done really well, but they can also be done in a way that I find just to be a bit blah, and this was blah to me. I know that there is a massive, massive fan base for these books, so if you're watching and you like these books, I am sorry. We can still be friends. I did like Maxon. I will give that. I did like Maxon. I didn't like the other guy. What was his name? I don't remember. Aspen. His name was Aspen. That's just a pity. It's a good name. Next we have a book or series that many people didn't like, but I did. What didn't people like? For this one, people may have just chosen to dislike the book because the author wasn't someone that they loved, because this author has had a lot of books have a lot of success and also a lot of hate. The Host by Stephenie Meyer. I actually loved this book. I thought it was her best book that she's ever written. I'm reading Midnight Sun at the moment and my review for that is going to be up in about a week. So if you're new here and you want to see that, click the subscribe button and then you'll get notified if you click the bell when I post that. But back to The Host. I loved The Host more than any of her other books. I loved the characters more, I loved the setting of the world more, I love dystopian. When can we bring back dystopian? And for once, I actually loved aliens. I don't tend to go for aliens very much when I'm reading. I like them in movies, but with reading, that's not something that really draws me in. But I really loved this. And I don't think that people hated it, I just think that it went so under the wire with Twilight. It was so overwhelmed with Twilight that nobody really paid it much attention. It's her best ever book and I will fight you on that. I love Triangle, where the main character ended up with the person you didn't want them to end up with. Okay. Normally this would not be my pick. I would pick something else. But I have recently fallen down the rabbit hole that is Draco TikTok. And I've seen a lot of Dramini, mashups, and it's got me thinking that I maybe want to get on board that ship. And I know that it wasn't even a love triangle because it wasn't a question between Ron and Draco. It was never a question. So this isn't even an accurate answer. But watching all these TikToks, I'm just like, damn, I kind of love it. And you ask me in a week, it'll probably change back to something more reasonable and realistic and, an actual love triangle within the book. But for today, it's gonna be Draco and Hermione. I do think that Hermione and Ron were excellent together and that was how it was supposed to be. But I am enjoying, having a little play in this fantastical land where maybe things could have been a little different for Hermione and Draco. TikTok, you have ruined me. Number 4, a popular genre that you hardly ever reach for. I have mentioned this already. I don't tend to go for aliens. I'm gonna have to say space opera. It's not really my genre. Will I enjoy a really good one? Sure I will. But it's not my first choice. High fantasy is my favorite, and space opera is probably my least favorite. Actually, they're fairly similar. You have magical creatures, or in this case, aliens. So you have these really fanciful, high-setting worlds. You have these new planets and stuff like that. They're actually not that different, but for some reason, my brain just doesn't make the connect. I don't know, maybe I should try harder. Maybe, if you have any space operas that you really like, comment them below and I'll give them a read and let's have a look and see if my mind changes. I'm always looking for new books to read and collect, as you know. Like, collecting books and reading books, I swear, are two different hobbies. And I'm obsessed with both of them. I can't love something halfway. I can't just like something a little bit. I either like it and I will give my life for it, or I just don't give a crap. Moving on to number 5, a popular or beloved character that I don't like. Honestly, I thought this would be trickier, but it's not. Gabriel Hawthorne, you whiny bitch. He never takes a second to think of someone outside of himself. He's so selfish, and he's so caught up in his own crap that he's like going, we'll see who she picks when all this is over. And it's just like, honey, you're in a war. She's worrying about Peter because he's been hijacked. And she's worried about a war because you're at war. This is still war. And you're worried about your freaking love interest. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then he is so selfish. He is so selfish that he'll just be all like, you know something? It's war. Innocent people are gonna die. It doesn't matter if we kill them or they kill them. Let's just do it. And I'm just like, you have lost sight of what this is about, man. You are so hell-bent on revenge. This isn't about peace. This isn't about protecting your country. This isn't about oppression being lifted. You are out for yourself. Clearly, I have some problems with Gabriel Hawthorne. Maybe I should do a video all about Gabriel Hawthorne. Everyone loves Gabriel? I don't love Gabriel. Do I think that he was exceptionally beautiful? Yes, in the movies and in the book. But unfortunately, in this particular case, his pretty eyes don't make up for his crappy personality. Okay, number 6, an author that you can't seem to get into. Not hard, really. I just can't get into Hank Green. I've also kind of grown out of John Green stuff. I don't know what it is, but I think it's the manic pixie dream girl stereotype trope that they go for. It doesn't do anything for me. I find it unrealistic and kind of annoying. Sorry if any of you love them. Go ahead and love them. I really enjoyed The Fault in Our Stars. I did. I didn't love Paper Towns, and I didn't love Looking for Alaska because they were the same story twice. But I think I've just kind of outgrown them, so they're not something I go for anymore. A popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. Let's circle right back to Hank and John Green. The manic pixie dream girl. This girl that's larger than life, that's absolutely ridiculous in her amazingness, that she is so unrealistic that somebody like that could never exist. Feel free to disagree, but I personally think that creating a character that is so out of this world perfect is a really toxic thing to put into young women's minds, that they have to reach this standard of perfection that actually just doesn't exist. Generally, I love a good trope. They're tropes for a reason because they work. But in some cases, for me, it's more along the lines of this feels a little bit toxic. Number 8, a popular book or series that I have no interest in reading. I don't think I'm interested in reading The Winds of Winter anymore from George R.R. Martin from the Song of Ice and Fire series. I don't think I'm interested anymore because we've been waiting since, 2011? I think I'm past waiting now. It's been too long. It's been too long. If the book was that difficult to write, and I'm an author, I know the books are difficult to write. If the book is that difficult to write, cut it in half. At least put something out. Number 9, the saying goes that the book is always better than the movie, but what if in this case, the movie or show was better than the book? That does narrow it down because most books are better than their movies or shows. The Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, that show was amazing. I haven't watched it in a long time, but if you go back in time and talk to the teenage me, she will rant and rave about it for hours and hours and hours. Team Delana forever. I think a lot of people agree with me. The show was amazing. The books eventually got quite dry. And yes, eventually the show, I do think, started to run out of ideas, but that's just what shows kind of do. Another one that I would be tempted to put into this category is Game of Thrones, but because of season 8, I hesitate. I will be coming out with a video soon about my feelings on season 8 of Game of Thrones. There will be a lot of snarling and crying and gnashing of teeth. Such an amazing show. and then they hit us with that to finish. I can't. It is clearly still a sore spot for me. Let me know what you want to see in the upcoming weeks or months or whatever. Let me know what you are craving and I will make those videos for you. Let me know your unpopular opinions down in the comments below. Let me know if you disagreed with me on any of these. We can have a conversation without having a fight. We can still be friends and disagree, right? That's fine, right? Thank you so much for watching. I'm Erin and I will see you all again in my next video. I make videos twice a week on this channel now. I know I've been saying that I'm trying to do that for a long time, but now it's actually happening. Come and join us. See you again next time. Bye!